Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a picture out of this book here, Die Welt, unter der Lupe was Wasser. So this is under the water. We're going to do this little pufferfish over here. I've been looking at it for a while. She looks awfully cute. I'm going to do it with Prismacolors, and I'm going to do it in kind of a lighter pink down here, darker pink coming up to a brown. And then we're going to do kind of an inking of the background with little bubbles. So we're going to start off just kind of shading in some areas here. So I'm going to lower the camera so you can get a better look at what we're doing. And I'm going to try to angle it so you're not getting just the pencil in your, making the whole picture all blurry. So we will try to get that down and get it at the right angle. So hold on. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough. You can see it, but I have a lot of shadow coming off of that side. You can move that camera, or light, just a bit. That might be a little better. Well, we'll work on it. Like a lot of stuff on my desk, like always. Keep thinking, you know, could use a bigger desk, and then I'm wondering in my head, if I got a bigger desk, would it really make any sense? Because I would just put a whole bunch of stuff on it if it was bigger too. Well, that's going to have to be what it is. Okay. Try to get these showing the right way. And kind of get them so you can see the names. Okay. Maybe. So we have light peach, black raspberry, Rosy Biege, that's going to be our darker going up to the brown area. The sepia, dark brown, and clay rose, which are going to be the brown area. And then we'll just use these two, light peach and the Rosy Biege, in a darker area with a teeny hint of the raspberry. And we'll probably be bringing in some black, so we will see. Keep that set up there and this set here, and we will start off with the black raspberry here. How's the shadowing? I don't know. Noticed in my last video it wasn't too good. That'll work. Okay, we're going to start in these dark areas and just fill those in with the dark or black raspberry. Kind of bring it up a little bit, leaving those tips empty. So, I mean, it's kind of laid out for you here. The dark areas. And just softly bring out the color. Now around the eye, we want to have a little bit more fun. We want it dark around this area. And I'm going to kind of make it come down a little closer to the mouth in this area here. Leaving that tip alone. Just going to exaggerate the eye a little bit more on that side, and then coming out here. Up on the top up here. And just right in here, we're going to leave this area a little more open. Okay. kind of like her bridge of her nose here, so yeah, I'm gonna make it her because she's all pink. Still kind of staying in our darkest tones, leaving our points the lightest part. And we're going to go brown up that way, so we will stop doing that. Now we're going to put the dark around the mouth. The lips are going to be a little lighter. And we're going to put this little piece of paper under here so I don't draw off the page onto the next page. Okay, the mouth is open. So inside of the mouth is going to be a little darker. And then it's mouth, just a little bit of color on that, and then we'll make it lighter. Gotta make that really dark down there. Okay. Bring that color out a little bit more here. And really lightly down in here because we want the tummy to be a little lighter. But I do want some definition. Up here we're going to go in really dark in these areas, putting in more pressure. Here it's just going to be nice and light. So the underside of the pufferfish is lighter. And the sides are darker, and the top is really dark. Okay, you get the hint there. Okay, we're going to go out this way and make it darker up here. So we're just going to put a little more pressure on that. I think we'll go right about here, and then we'll start going lighter again. Okay. Going up this way, could be nice and dark. Then we'll get smaller because we're putting a different color up here, but I still want that pink tone going upward. I can do all of this and really bore you to death. But we'll get all the black raspberry down in the areas. Going lighter again. Okay, this one. Get up towards the middle section. We're going to start to go a little darker. And of course, we can always put on layers, so don't have to worry about getting it perfect the first time. We'll be putting in the 3 colors here. And then up here, just not as much. Okay. The next color we're going to bring in is the Rosy Beige. And it's just going to go over the color we just put down. And then it's going to come up to about the spike. You want to leave kind of a little area here and the whole spike on all of these. At least that's what I'm going to do. You can do whatever you want. This is just how I'm going to color the page. You can switch up the colors. This would be pretty in blue, purple, even browns. Oop, forgot to put any of that up there. A little black raspberry in here too. Even greens if you want to do it in green. Just a little bit up here. Again, we're doing this one in brown, so we're going to bring in brown tones. I don't want to put too much of that in there. Bring this out. A little into the lip. A little into the opening of the mouth. Shouldn't really call it a lip, but it's going to be her mouth. So I guess it is a lip. I'm holding the pencil as far back as I can so I can get color down without putting too much pressure on here. Although at the end of this we will be putting a little more pressure on it, but not right now. She's got a lot of these little dots on her. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be like the bubbles or if they're just texture on her. So I'll figure that out a little later. Right now I'm going to cover them up. And if I want to expose them, I'll just use my eraser and pull them out. Go on up. Here we want to go a little darker. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what got filmed there, but we went around on these areas up here and just kind of darkened the outer edge that comes down to these curls with a little bit of this color from here to here. And I'm sorry if you weren't catching this part. I'm trying to make sure we get the whole book, but sometimes I'm just not very good at this. So we're going to bring in now the light peach, and most of this is going to be finished in the light peach all here. The tips here and then the tips up here, but I'm going to have to put the brown in there before I get too far along within here. So we're going to start off with the mouth here and fill that in, pull the paper out a little bit so I can go off the edge there. Okay, down here, just a little bit in here, but we want to use that color to blend those other colors in. Okay, and then we're going to start here, and we're going to just pull that color out and down into the tip. Okay, so the Prismas will just pull that color right across. You want to go in the direction that you want the color to blend to, and then just finish your coloring bit. Add a little white in there. Okay. Same up here. We're kind of just pulling that color downward this time. That one there is definitely a bubble. Just going to work our way around. Okay, I think I might have to sharpen this a little bit, not too much, but I don't like to scratch it with the wood. Okay. Kind of a lot of the same thing, isn't it? Did I do these or not? It's starting to blur in my head. Which ones did I do? Okay, got a little darker down here, but that's what we have the white for. We're going to go through and whiten up the pointy parts a little bit. And then if you see anything that you want to lighten up at the same time down in this area, we'll just go over it. We want this lighter. A little white there too. And if it's something you can't lighten up with the white, just bring in your eraser. Prisms erase really well. I mean, the dark pink is not going to erase as well as the other ones. But like in this area here, just lighten it up a little that way. If you want to add a little better on those sides, just go through it with the eraser and brighten them up a little bit. Go back over it with the white or the cream, whichever one you prefer, and it will just brighten it back up. Add a little accent up here, you can. If you want to put a little spot here to brighten up the eye a little bit, do that too. I mean, it's all up to you what you want to do. But then when the eraser looks like that, you can just go over it with the white or the lighter color and color right over it, and just brightens it up a little bit. And considering that I don't ever really plan out what I'm doing, this eraser is my best friend. I keep it pretty close to me all the time. It's another reason I don't freak out about what I'm doing and I go, oh gee, I messed it up there. I can just take the pen or the eraser and erase what I did. It's paper, it's my coloring book, and if I don't like the way it looks, I'm going to just erase it and add something to it. I want to brighten that up a little bit in there. Just erase a little bit of that. Go back in with the white and blend it in. It's part of the fun. Add some brightness on her eyelashes here. Right in the center. There we go. Maybe right along that. Brighten up that eye a little bit. Don't even know what color we're going to do the eye, but we're brightening it up. I'm going to go over that black line. And just darken that lip up a little bit. All right. Back to coloring these tiny little things. I'm going to darken those up even more after I blend them all in because I want them, and I just goofed there, so get that out. Haven't gone through all that with the other pencil yet. I'm going to turn the book. Going to have to get in here and do all that. Okay, this up here is going to be brown, so I don't want to be messing with that too much. Then we'll go in here with white again. We're going to ink, so I have to make sure that everything here gets some coating of color from the pencil on there. I hope you're all doing well. Our storm is finally passed. Just spent yesterday cleaning up the debris that it was that was left on my yard, front, back, and our deck had a little bit of a problem, so we had to makeshift a fixed solution for that. Just a little bit more blending right in there. Okay, now we're going to bring in the browns. This is going to be interesting because I've never really brought in these colors before. So we have sepia, dark brown, and clay rose. So we're going to go in with the dark brown, and we're going to go over some of this dark black raspberry, but I wanted that color in there, so we're going to leave it and blend it. Just going to bring that brown up like we did with the black raspberry everywhere else. And it's just kind of on the top section out from the eye and up. It's the top part of the fish. So I'll blend some of that brown on this side. take it up in this area up here. Just going to lightly bring that up a little further. Okay, then I'm going to bring in clay rose, and we're going to go on top of that. So we have a brown, and then go down to the red, down to a lighter tummy. We're going to bring in the, but that needs to be sharpened, the light peach to get the mix going there. So you just bring it in, go over everything. And bring it up. I think we'll bring a little bit of that brown down in this area. I'm going to go in with the sepia here, and that's going to be our darkest point. We're going to go back in and get those nice and dark down in here. I'm going to bring some of that down in this area. And that just brings a nice little depth down into the bottom of these little spiky things. Okay. I'm going to put some down here too. I'm going to get some black out and get some of this area too, especially around her eye. And we'll probably bring some of that sepia right down into this black raspberry too. Just so it darkens it up and highlights the lighter portion in front. Instead of being so pink, it'll just help knock that back a little bit. So yeah, you'll be playing with that a lot. I don't know what color Puffer's eyes are supposed to be. What color should we do her eyes? Just using the pouch that I use in my other book, so pull out some greens here. I have blues. I could do them in blues. Do I have an indigo? Yeah, we'll do it in blue. But I might add some green up there to the brown. Get in there. Pencils are trying to run away. Alright, put a little indigo up here at the top. I'm going to make this area here the color part of the eye, because we have a little white over there. Okay, then we go in with, I think this is blue slate. It's so small I don't have a name on it. I have a number. And then the sky blue light. Okay, then we will just add a little more of that. And a little more of the indigo. Eyeball. Big and bright compared to what she is. Okay, we're going to throw a little white in there. Okay, black. Where's my black pencil? Where's my black pencil? Okay, here we are. We're going to go around the eye. Fill this in also. Make sure we know where our line is here. Kind of fill in the line there. We're going to go up and go around her eyelashes. So we want this whole area colored in. you want to extend these out, you can. There we go. We're going to do the same thing on the mouth here. Get that paper back to the edge here. A little black in the mouth here too, so you know it's open. Then we'll get the raspberry back and go over that black here. And the peach. Okay. We'll sharpen up the white. We're going to crisp up that white a little bit there. Just going to go around and lighten up all those little spikes. And then darken up some of them in the areas down here. Okay. And I'm going to do that off camera. You've seen enough of me poking on this. So when we come back, I'll have, excuse me, all the depth down in here. I might add some black into some of these areas that I really want dark. But then I'll just be going over it with either the brown or the black raspberry. But there are some areas that I want a little darker. Than just the brown. So I'll just continue to do that, and then when I come back we will do the background and decide if I want to sit here and take out the color on all these little dots. I'm going to do that a little bit here and see if it's kind of worth it. I think it might look really cute. So yeah, I think I will do that too, but I don't want you to have to listen to my eraser. That sounds like a drill of teeth. But yeah, I think I will clean up all those little dots that are in here after I finish doing all the little bits of darker shading in here. And we will get those cleaned up, and then I will come back and we will do the she sits here and keeps coloring. I might as well color while I'm talking, right? Now I lost my train of thought. When we come back, I'll have the shading done, all the little dots done, and then we will do the background bit, which I'm kind of hoping turns out. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be doing off camera for probably 20 minutes. Just darkening up those little areas with either the black or the brown. And if I need to, I'll lighten these up a little bit with the eraser, like this one is all messed up, but that's what the eraser is for. Fixing Karen's mistakes. Anyway, so I will see you in a bit. Okay, we're back, and I've finished my little fluffy dude here, which isn't fluffy, he's spiky, she. I put a little extra green in here, so I pulled out the, figures. I believe it's green ochre. And I added a little of that up here in the brown areas, just because I thought the brown looked a little funny on its own. So I added some of that in, and I put it around her eye here. I also put it in her eye to kind of knock down that really bright blue that really didn't match her too much. Then in here in the mouth, I took my eraser and just made a little bump almost to resemble a tongue. And when I looked at a picture on pufferfish, when they open their mouth, they have this kind of little like bump and a little spike over here. Well, I wasn't going to get too creative. I just thought adding a tongue kind of tells you that that is an opening of a mouth and not just a big old hole. They also have a little tooth or something up here, but I wasn't going to get too technical on it. I was just going to put a little tongue in there, animate it like the eye was animated. Make it a little funner. So adding the green down here, kind of like an eyeshadow also, and a little under here. Just kind of brightens it up a little and brings that green down. Down in here, I took out all the little bubble things with my eraser. I'll try to leave a link down for this. I love this thing. It comes with a bunch of really skinny eraser pieces and real fat ones. And these are the little replacements in case you lose this guy. And then there's a silver one that holds the big ones. And you get a lot of them. And it's rechargeable, so I don't have to use batteries. And it lasts forever on its charge. So that is a nice thing. I never have to find batteries for it. The other one I have to find batteries for all the time. And batteries are a commodity in this house for all our electronics. So they always get taken out from my eraser and used for something else. Anyway, so we're done with her here. And we're going to do an inking of the background. And I'm going to do that with Distress ink and some cut out circles. I have to find those. We're going to kind of accentuate the bubbles that we have going on. I'm pretty sure I have a couple of those. Bigger desk, I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? Different sizes. We even have bigger ones. I don't know how big I want to go. I've got some really large ones, medium-sized ones. I think that's a little smaller than that one. That's even smaller than that one. Awesome. So we're going to add some bubbles in here. And I'm going to do it with a light blue because I think that'll stand out nicely. Gotta find it here. I think it's called that one, the peacock feathers. I might do it with a couple of colors, so we will see. Get out this little sheet here, see what we got on this. Yeah, it's kind of dark blue. I'll wipe some of that off. Okay. Like where they are is kind of good, so we'll just do one here. We're just going to go on this circle and then come out of the circle. And when we lift it, if we stay in it, we'll have a nice little circle out here. Okay. Gonna do that with some of these small ones too. And this one up here. These I just used a die that I have, and I cut out the circles. You can use a hole punch, you can use your scissors, you can do whatever you want. We've got another one, and we're just going to do that one where it was. Boom. And we'll throw this. Kind of like that there, but I don't know if I can get blue. But I can do half of one. So stick it out and just do the outside of it. So it's behind her. We'll do another one. Do I want a really big one back there? Yeah, we'll stick one up here. Boom. And we'll stick one down here, not so big. How about that one? Boom, there. That's kind of cool. You can also, if you want, stick one inside of another one. So we'll just darken that edge. And we can bring it in lightly on this side. Boom. Get them overlapping. So we'll do one up here too. Just lightly on the inside, or heavier on the outside. And it'll show up. And we can put one just right there. It's going to get all over your fingernails and all that, but hey, that's okay. I think I want a smaller one over here. Put one down here. Water-based ink, you can get it off pretty easy. Medium size one here. And let's see, we need a couple up in this area. Do one like there. And then just a bit smaller one here. There we go. Put a big one up on this side. We'll have it hang off the page up here. And we'll do a medium hanging off the page down at the bottom. Boom. This is just the fun part. I love doing this kind of thing. We'll stick one over here. In fact, we'll crease it so it can get down in the corner. Boom. Get it down there. And if we want, we just keep adding and adding and adding until we're done, or until you like the effect you're getting. Put one down in here. Well, that one kind of went around, so we might as well go all the way around. There we go. If you want to, you can bring in different colors. If you wanted a little darker in some areas or something, you can always bring in a different color ink. We're just going to put that one up here in the corner. Try to hold on to it. There we go. And we'll need a little one down in here somewhere. Boom. Take this little one and put a few more in here. One about there. One about down here. And we don't have any blue in here, so I'll put a dot in here. Okay, up here at the top, I think we need one here. Just kind of soften them up a little. And we'll put one here. Going to be half a one. There we go. One about here. I think that looks cool. That's good enough. Now that I'm all blue, huh? Okay. We're going to put a little of that blue in these little dots that are on her. So the big ones, the big bubbles. We're just going to go in with this and twist it on some of these. Okay, not all of them, just some of them. And on her, just the big ones. There we go. And we can put one out here. Just play. That's a fun part of that. All right. And these out here that look a little funny, we can take a bit of that. I have blue out here somewhere on my desk. I know it. Colored his eyes with it. There it is. The blue slate. And you can just darken up some of these bubbles on one side if you want to. You don't have to. It's just a fun thing. And say if this got a little out of hand. Let's see. Does this book do well with water splatters? We're going to find out. Well, does a little bit. I'm going to get that one nice and wet. See if I can't blur that ink a little bit more. Well, didn't really do that, so we'll just add a little white around there as soon as it dries. If you want to add white in these, you can. Just run a little white on them. If you want to put little shine marks on them, just add them in. You can add those on there. You can also do this with can't do that. Shh, don't do that. I'm going to color that white just to soften that up, but it's wet. And if I do that, I'll pill the paper, and I don't want to do that. So just go around and play around with it. Have fun. I will take a picture at the end of the video, and you can see what it looks like when it's done. I might go in here, add white on these little guys, just so they stand out a little more. And if I get white on them, I can go over a little bit with some blue ink, but I didn't want them all blue. I want some of these out here white too. And I might put some sparkles on those. I don't know. I don't think I put any sparkle in this book yet. What else? You know, I may leave them and just put a little white splatter right around the edge. So we're going to bring out some, it's just white acrylic paint. It's matte. And I'm going to put it on the mat here, put a little water on it, and splatter just the edges. Where's the water? Just get it nice and wet and get the paintbrush. Okay, I'm going to lift the camera up so you can see it better and my camera doesn't get all coated in white spots. Make sure we're in frame. So it's just water, paintbrush. It's a long bristled paintbrush. And we're just going to tap. I don't have it wet enough. There we go. Some water or paint splatters out here. It can go on our little puffer fish because we have little dots in there too. Pull the dots out here. This is to get a little wetter, I think. Just like that. And add them until you're happy. I think that's cute. She's a cute page. We want to get sparkles in her eyes. This isn't really easy for me to do when I can't see it very well, but we're gonna put a big spot there. Do something like that. And we've got a star here, so we're going to paint that. Then I'm going to put some sparkle on it. And we'll paint a few of these up here too, just for fun. Do you? Big one down here. You. And maybe one up here. Just kind of a light wash on it. Okay, move that out of the way. And then we will get out some stickles here. Let's see, do I have a bluish one? These are all the same. Yes, they're all the same. So I'll just use one of these. These are all the diamond ones. They have a kind of a gold look to them. Okay, and we're going to put them in the ones that we did kind of white. So we'll put some sparkles on these. We're going to add some of this around her eye. There we go. We're going to use our brush. It may not be the cleanest, but we're going to smear that around a little bit. Got it in the white there. To lift that out a little bit. And I'll have to get that off that brush. But basically that's what she looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know if you can see the glitter, but it's there. I think she turned out rather cute. I will take a picture when she dries and put it at the end of the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.